Hello everyone, welcome to the Old Man and the Read. My name is Jerry. Uh, uh, I am in the process of recording videos of literary award-winning books I've read, and I just completed the first half of the National Book Award. I presented from 1950 to 1979. And so this video will be from 1980 to the present, which is the latest book as of this video is 2022. I should mention that I have read all of the winners of the National Book Award, and I will be showing those along with any of the finalists that I've read. And I will only be showing the books. I won't be really presenting anything about them. I plan on doing videos later with discussion of the books themselves. So with that, 1980, the first winner I have is William Styron for Sophie's Choice. And of the finalists that I've read for that year are James Baldwin, Just Above My Head, Norman Mailer, The Executioner's Song, and Philip Roth, The Ghost Writer. Then in 1981, the winner was Wright Morris for Plains Song. And I read one of the finalists. This is Selected Stories of Eudora Welty. In 1982, the winner was John Updike for Rabbit is Rich, part of his Great Rabbit series that he did. Of the runners-up, I've read Mark Helprin, Ellis Island, and Other Stories. John Irving, The Hotel New Hampshire. And Robert Stone, A Flag for Sunrise. In 1983, the winner was Alice Walker for The Color Purple. Really quite a good book. I consider it almost a masterpiece. The winner, or the runners-up for that year that I've read are Paul Theroux, The Mosquito Coast, and Ann Tyler, Dinner at the Homesick Restaurant. Okay, 1984, the winner was Ellen Gilchrist, Victory Over Japan, and it's a short story compilation. And I read a couple of the finalists for that year. I guess there's only two finalists listed. Alison Lurie, Foreign Affairs, and Philip Roth, Anatomy Lesson. Then in 1985, the winner was Don DeLillo for White Noise. I think that's my favorite Don DeLillo book. And I read one of the finalists, Ursula K. Le Guin, Always Coming Home. In 1986, the winner was E.L. Doctorow for World's Fair. Really, I think one of my favorite E.L. Doctorow's, even though it really didn't have a lot to do about the World's Fair. And I read one finalist, Peter Taylor, A Summons to Memphis. In 1987, the winner was Larry Heineman for Paco's Story. And I read a couple of the finalists. Alice McDermott for That Night. And Toni Morrison's Beloved. Probably her best book, maybe. Okay, 1988. The winner was Peter Dexter for Paris Trout. And I think this is probably one of the best villains in literature. It's a great book. And I read one of the finalists, Breathing Lessons by Ann Tyler. In 1989, the winner was John Casey for Spartina. And I read a couple of the finalists for that year. E.L. Doctorow, Billy Bathgate. And Oscar Joello, The Mambo Kings Play Songs of Love. Okay, 1990, the winner was Charles Johnson for Middle Passage. And I read one of the finalists for that year, Joyce Carol Oates, Because It Is Bitter and Because It Is My Heart. Then in 1990, the winner was Norman Rush for Mating. And I read one of the finalists for that year, Louis Begley, Wartime Lies. In 1992, the winner was Cormac McCarthy for All the Pretty Horses. He wrote several really excellent books, but I think this is the best of them. And I read one of the finalists for that year, Robert Stone, Outer Bridge Reach. The winner in 1993 was Annie Proulx for The Shipping News. Again, Annie Proulx is one of those writers I really like, and I think this is the best book by her. And I read one of the finalists, Bob Shakosha's, not the pronunciation there, Swimming in the Volcano. And then in 1994, the winner was William Gaddis for A Frolic of His Own. And I didn't actually read any of the finalists for that year. Okay, in 1995, the winner was Philip Roth, Sabbath's Theater. And of the runners-up, Edwidge Danticat, Crick Crack. Really an exceptional writer, one of my favorites, Edwidge Danticat. And I read one of the finalists, Madison Smart Bell, All Souls Rising. In 1996, the winner was Andrea Barrett for Ship Fever and Other Stories. And really, I like her work. A lot of her stories, or most of the stories, are based around science of some sort. And I read one of the finalists for that year. This is Stephen Millhauser for Martin Dressler, A Tale of an American Dreamer. Another actually quite good book. 1997, the winner was Charles Frazier for Cold Mountain. And runners-up, Don DeLillo, Underworld, beast of a book. And I read one of the finalists for that year, Cynthia Ozick, The Putter Messer Papers. Okay. 1998, winner was Alice McDermott for Charming Billy. And let's see, I didn't read any of the finalists for that year. In 1999, the winner was Ha Jin for Waiting. And I read a couple of the finalists. Andre Dubois, House of Sand and Fog. And Kent Harif, Plain Song. In the year 2000, the winner was Susan Sontag for In America. And I read one of the finalists for that year, and that was Joyce Carol Oates' Blonde, about Marilyn Monroe. The year 2001, the winner was Jonathan Franzen for The Corrections. And I read, looks like one of the finalists, Louise Erdrich, The Last Report on the Miracles at Little No Horse. Then in 2002, the winner was Julia Glass for 3 Junes. And I didn't read any of the finalists for that year. In 2003, the winner was Shirley Hazard, The Great Fire. I read a couple of the finalists. Edward P. Jones, The Known World, and Marion Wiegand's Evidence of Things Unseen. In 2004, the winner was Lily Tuck for The News from Paraguay. And I didn't read any of the finals for that year. In 2005, the winner was William T. Volman for Europe Central. Excellent book. I like that one very much. And I read one of the finalists for that year, E.L. Doctorow, The March. Okay, 2006, the winner was Richard Powers for The Echo Maker. And I read one of the finalists, Mark Z. Danielewski for Only Revolutions. In 2007, the winner was Dennis Johnson, Tree of Smoke. And I read one finalist for that year, Joshua Ferris, Then We Came to the End. In 2008, the winner was Peter Mathiasson, Shadow Country, a favorite writer of mine, and this is probably his best work. It's actually, he had written a trilogy, and then he combined basically the same story into one book, and it's just a fabulous read. I read a couple of the finalists for that year. Alexander Hemon, The Lazarus Project, and Rachel Kushner, Telex from Cuba. In 2009, the winner was Colum McCann for Let the Great World Spin. And I read one finalist from that year, Marceau Theroux, Far North. In 2010, the winner was Jamie Gordon for Lord of Misrule. And I read one finalist for that year, Peter Carey, Parrot and Olivier. In 2011, the winner was Jesmyn Ward, Salvage the Bones. Just an excellent writer. And I read a couple of the finalists. Julie Otsuka for The Buddha in the Attic. And Edith Perlman, Binocular Vision. In 2012, the winner was Louise Erdrich, The Roundhouse. And I read two of the finalists, Ben Fountain, Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk, and Kevin Powers, The Yellow Birds. In 2013, the winner was James McBride, The Good Lord Bird. And I read looks like three of the finalists for that year. Rachel Kushner, The Flamethrowers. Jhumpa Lahiri, The Lowland. Excellent writer, just not very prolific. And George Saunders, The 10th of December. In 2014, the winner was Phil Clay for Redeployment. And to be honest, that year there were some really outstanding books written, and I think basically all of these were actually better than that Redeployment, but that's just my opinion. So the first is Rabbi Alamedin for An Unnecessary Woman. Just a incredibly good book. Anthony Doerr, All the Light We Cannot See. Marilynne Robinson, Lila. And and Emily St. John Mandel, Station 11. That was really an excellent book year, though, as far as I'm concerned. 2015. The winner was Adam Johnson for Fortune Smiles. And let's see, I didn't read any of the finalists for that year. Then in 2016, the winner was Colson Whitehead for The Underground Railroad. And I read one of the finalists, Karen Mahajan, The Association of Small Bombs. In 2017, the winner was Jasmine Ward, Sing Unburied Sing. And I read one of the finalists, Min Jin Lee, Pachinko. Okay, 2018, the winner was Sigrid Nunez, The Friend. And I read one of the finalists, Rebecca McKay, The Great Believers. In 2019, the winner was Susan Choi, Trust Exercise. And I read one of the finalists, Marlon James, Black Leopard, Red Wolf. In 2020, the winner was Charles Yu for Interior Chinatown. And I read a couple of the finalists. Disha Philyaw, The Secret Lives of Church Ladies. Really an excellent collection of stories. And Douglas Stewart for Shuggie Bain. And then in 2021, the winner was Jason Mott, Hell of a Book. And I read one finalist, Anthony Doerr, Cloud Cuckoo Land. I thought this was really a good read. And finally, 2022, the winner was Tess Gunty for The Rabbit Hutch. And so that concludes my presentation of the National Book Award. I want to thank you for watching, and I think I'll probably start working towards doing the Booker Prize for the next video. So thanks a lot for watching.